What's going on, everybody? It's Ron Brown, LMT, the People's Fitness Professional, alongside my co-host.
Mikey Fever. My bad. I was singing not like us.
and
That
I
song was so catchy.
and I got the brother Sharif GS, Sharif Anil Bey, uh,
Yep.
Kung Fu. Can I call you a Kung Fu expert?
Just say Sifu.
Sifu.
Seafood expert, grand chic, all that. Rapper, metaphysical scholar, and all that.
So right now we're gonna go into Qigong, and I would just want to first ask, what is Qigong? Like that'll be the first question I ask.
That's a
What
great question. That's a great question. Mind if I take a seat real quick? There we go.
That's good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got you.
So Qigong is a Chinese term that literally translates to breath work or energy work. Okay. The word qi does not mean specifically breath in Chinese. The word qi generally means intrinsic energy, bioenergy, right? And because bioenergy is so diversified, there's so many different types of bioenergy that we give off. The word qi has like over 50 different uses in the Chinese language. So it can mean a number of things. But to be very specific, so qi meaning energy, gong meaning training, how we train the energy, like you train a bicep, okay? So to be very comprehensive, but very simple without talking a hole in everybody's head, qi gong is the means by which we use the mind and the breath as a strategy to modify and modulate the human energy system. That's what Qigong is.
I
Why
see
the
that.
breath? Because we say the mind and the body. The breath is the interface between the non-physical part of ourself and the physical part of ourself.
Mm.
There you go.
Oh, Reef, I got a
Yes, sir.
question. Does Qigong involves movement, like when they swaying energy around?
Mikey, that's a great question. So here we go. And again, my big thing is practicality. Everything's got to be practical. There's nothing woo-woo out there. It's got to be real. Here we go.
Hmm?
Dancing moves energy in your body.
Yeah.
Running on a treadmill moves energy in your body. You see what I'm saying? Movement. So the simple answer, Brother Mikey, is yes. Physical movement moves energy. Yes, it does. So there's three ways to approach Qigong in this respect. First and foremost, even if it's movement involved, for it to be Qigong, it has to be mindful movement.
Mm.
So most people, when they're running on a treadmill, they're watching the TV or they're listening to music. It's not mindful.
Okay.
Matter of fact, it's just the opposite. They're trying to distract themselves from the actual exercise. Get it?
Got you.
All right. It's got to be mindful movement. Okay. So there's three major approaches to manipulating the bioenergy. One is physical movement. One is manipulation of the breath. One is use of the mind. Our methods combine all three, or we can individualize them, but our methods combine all three.
Okay, so explain that three again.
Moving the physical body or movement, manipulating the breath, using the mind or the intent.
Okay, now the mind and the intent. How does it connect to the other two?
Here we go. That's a great question, brother. And again, a lot of these things, it's natural. It's what the body naturally does. We're just isolating it on purpose and magnifying these things on purpose. So think about you throw a punch to hurt, or you throw a punch. Punch is intended to hit someone, right? But then you throw that punch because you're pissed off. Which one is stronger? Get it?
Pissed off, yeah.
Absolutely. Why though? See, that's the question. Why? There's an energy that further amplifies the physical body. And that energy is an emotion. That emotion comes out of here.
Got you. So the punch is weak, just that you threw you're fighting. How'd you
Well,
say your momentum?
a regular physical punch, boom, you can punch as hard as you can. It's going to have a magnitude of strength. But then when you add the anger, it elevates the magnitude.
Got you.
So that means that the anger itself is an energy source.
Now that anger, where would that energy source of anger come from exactly?
See, Ron, you cheating with that question. and I got to tell the audience why Ron is cheating. Because Ron already knows the answer energetically. Here we go. Right? It's actually even in our language, colloquially, when we want to say somebody was very angry, we say they were livid with anger. So energetically in our system, all the organs produce different qualities of energy, some positive and negative. So one of the negative outputs of the liver is anger.
Yes, sir.
So Qigong is raw energy. Basically, it's raw energy because it sounds to me, I know I don't want to sound repetitive, but it sounds like some middle pillow work, some Kabbalah in there, like a tree, like, you know.
Well, see, Brother Mikey went there, and it's 100% correct. One of the biggest, so when we're talking bioenergetics, bioenergetic systems, right? And this is something I know directly because I'm involved in both, right? The Eastern methods, like the Taoist Qigong methods, the Buddhist Qigong methods, they were more open. They weren't so suppressed or oppressed in ancient times. So people nowadays have a little more access to them, right? Whereas the Western bioenergetic methods are called magic, are called occult, are called why? Because of the Spanish Inquisition. So that's exactly right, dear brother. It's middle pillar Kabbalah work, but real Kabbalah, because most people are only familiar with philosophical Kabbalah, not operative. The operative Kabbalah is bioenergetics. It's Western Qigong.
Now, to bring it back to the body and energetics. Now, this anger coming from, now anger could either anger depending on the person could damage the liver, actually.
Oh, actual fact. But that's like eating, listen, strawberries are healthy, but if that's all you eat, it becomes a poison.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See my point?
Yes, sir.
So the emotions are in energy. All of our emotions are in energy. Thought is in energy. We're going to get to that. But now thought takes on different qualities. So you've got low octane, you got high octane, you got diesel fuel, you see what I'm saying? So there's different qualities of energy depending on what I need. I only need this much. If I have too much, now it's a problem. In Stanford University, a number of years ago, a study was done about this, about excessive anger. And what they did is that they took subjects and they invoked excessive prolonged anger in them. And then they had them breathe on ice crystals like snow. The snow they had to breathe through a tube onto the snow. The snow turned purple. They fed the purple snow to rats. All the rats died. Yeah. Yeah. So to your point, Brother Ron, yes, excessive anger, but that means what now? You've got a runaway emotion. You've got a runaway energy that's not being governed by the intent properly.
So I'm gonna throw a shot in the dark with this one. That's like with the supreme mathematics, they say power and refinement, but it's power, but it's not refined.
It's not refined.
Or
yeah, put it like this. You know, how many times have we said, myself included, yo, that guy made me mad? Huh? No. Or I'm mad. No, I'm Sharif. See? So to say I'm mad means I'm drowning in an emotion that I invoked.
Right. So now the emotion that you invoke, now going back to the three, I forgot what you named it. What did you name it?
The 3 methods of manipulating body energy.
The 3 methods of manipulating
motion,
body energy.
Breath, intent. Yeah.
Okay. So you started with the intent or emotion.
It all depends. So I'm glad you brought that up, Brother Ron. Those three, there's whole Qigong systems based on one of those three. Like seated meditation is just using the mind. See, then the yogis, and I'm oversimplifying, certain yogic methods are just using the breath. Get it? And then there's methods like the Batun Kum, which is the 8-piece brocade, which is the most popular Qigong movement routine in the world. The 8-piece brocade, it just uses movement. They don't talk about breathing necessarily or specifically. There's no specific breath patterns. There's no specific visualizations or intent. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so you got methods that just use one of those three. Our method uses all three.
Now, so how do you guys connect all three? Is it a system to where it's like, okay, I'm going to focus on meditation at this point from this month to this month or this day to day. And then I'm going to then focus on breathing. And then after that, I'm going to focus on movement. Or like, for instance, like in martial arts and karate, you start at a white belt. You learn the basics. You learn the basics, right?
Yes.
Basic forms.
Yes.
You learn how to block, punch, whatever. Then you go to the next belt, which depending on the system, yellow or green, whatever, right? Is it set up in that way where you go up?
Are you talking about my method?
My
method combines all three.
Okay, so I'm a student. I come in and I learn all three off the top. But
we don't. Here's the thing, as you know, Brother Ron, it's far better to do than to talk. So I don't talk a hole in my students' head about this stuff before we actually do it. Brother Mikey, you understand that. We give the experience, then we give the lection. You get it?
Okay.
We give the experience first.
Exactly. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, we give the experience first. So
all right.
You do X, Y, and Z. Now watch this, Brother Ron. You do X, Y, and Z, and then you observe the result. So we don't want to do this in the very beginning. Follow me. This is important. I wouldn't sit a day one beginner who wants to learn Qigong and say, okay, sit down. Now imagine this purple light. I don't do that. We don't do that. You know why? Because I'm telling you what to think. And guess what? The mind can create physical sensation. So you know what we call that? Placebo Qigong. It's not real. Okay. Yeah, you will feel something. You'll go, oh, I felt that, but it's because I told you what to feel. This is what I do and how I learned. Align yourself a particular way. Here's another three, people. Yo, Brother Mikey, you're going to love this. And Brother Ron, too. Our method in particular is replete with the number 3 for a reason. Okay, so here's a number. So here is a 3 as well. In Qigong, and this is general throughout Qigong methods, there's 3 regulations. The first regulation is the body, the physical body. How do you regulate the physical body? Alignment. You have to align the body properly. It's just like you, Brother Ron, being a fitness trainer. You got to have proper technique first so we can put weight on the bar. All right. Alignment is the first regulation. The second regulation is regulating the breath. You have to learn how to breathe properly. The third regulation is the mind. The mind has to be able to observe the energy in the body once you have those first 2 regulations. But all of those 3 are interlocked. So when you align the body properly, the breath starts to naturally do what it's supposed to do. Wow. When the breath does what it's naturally supposed to do, the mind can start to observe what the energy is doing.
Okay. So you gave us 6 things that all 6 go together. They intertwine. They're pretty much the same thing, but not, right?
Yes.
Now, if you can give us a demonstration of how does it look like, or how would someone at home?
I'm gonna do one better. I'll definitely show physical Qigong movement, sure, but I'm gonna do one better that you all can do and the viewers can do right now while you're seated. While you're seated, we're all gonna do it. We're all gonna do it together. This is what I want everybody to do. Take a deep breath right now. Everybody did it horribly, but everybody did it the way most people do it. Here we go. Let me explain something. We learn in grade school that the lungs are supposed to operate by means of a muscle that's shaped like a pancake. That muscle is called the what?
Diaphragm.
Where is it located? Under the lungs. The
Right.
lungs are situated in the body lengthwise, not this way. So watch, why does everybody, when I say take a deep breath, why do they do that?
Yes.
They're not using their diaphragm. Now, when you look at infants and toddlers, when they take a deep breath, does their chest raise? No. The way it's supposed to work is that the diaphragm upon inhalation drops. And when it drops, it creates a vacuum in the upper torso, which pulls air to the bottom of the lungs first, not the top. So 90% of the population, adult population, is chest breathing. They're not using their diaphragm. Therefore, they're using 30 to 40% lung capacity off top.
Okay.
They're using more energy than they're creating with the breathing.
Question on that. Now, I don't know if you know of anything called diaphragmatic breathing.
Of course I do.
Okay. So now with diaphragmatic breathing, is that the same idea or around the same?
Diaphragmatic breathing is the way humans are supposed to breathe. When you take singing lessons, that's the first thing you learn is diaphragmatic breathing.
Okay.
This is a return. How did Jesus say it? Not to wax religious, but how did Jesus say it? Only ones entering into the kingdom, they have to be like little children. A lot of the high level skill is relearning stuff that we naturally and intrinsically knew and then forgot.
Right. And guess what those are in my line of work?
What's
crawling that? And walking.
Ain't that something, bro? Isn't that something? So let's get to the exercise. If you're sitting in a chair, I want you to put your feet flat on the floor, and I want you to gently press your back on the chair, gently. If you gently do it, you should feel your sternum flatten towards your spine. Do you feel that?
I'm in a chair, like an office chair, so.
Okay, yeah. So, but you want to press the back to your chair if you're able to.
Like your stomach is going towards your back.
I want you to feel your sternum relax and flatten.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You feel that?
Damn office chair.
Oh yeah. So it's gonna be difficult for you all, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, well, okay for you guys, because you're in an office chair, and if you lean back, it's gonna go back.
Yeah.
I want you to sit up. Let me back up so you guys can see me. I want you to sit up, place your palms on your knees, and then lean like your arms are struts. So you're leaning on your arms. You feel that?
Yeah.
Now relax your chest. You feel your sternum kind of soften and flatten towards the spine?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now what I want you to do is take a short inhale. Only 10%. Go. Whoa. That went down by the navel, didn't it?
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah.
It didn't go in the chest, did it? It went down, didn't it? Yes?
Yeah. Posture. Wow.
That's the first alignment, is the body. See that? We just aligned the body a particular way. The sternum must be soft. The lumbar region, Brother Ron, you familiar? The lumbar region must be flat. You have to gently flatten the arch out of the lumbar. When you flatten the lumbar, the sternum flattens towards the chest or towards the back.
Right.
And when you do that, now the diaphragm is free. So when you inhale, it drops, the abdomen expands. Am I right?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ta-da. Yeah. That's it.
So I want you to explain that again so people at home
problem
do that.
No problem. If you're seated, here's the easy way to do it. If unless you're on if you're on a soft back, it's hard to do it by putting your back to it. So we'll just do it this way. You sit up, place your arms on your knees, straighten your arms so that they're like struts, so that you can gently lean forward on them. The leaning forward is what makes the lumbar region flat. When the lumbar is flat and not arched, Relax the chest, you feel the sternum soften, right? From there, you inhale. You feel the abdomen expand, right? Now, here's the question you have to ask yourself. So watch this. You have the experience. Now we ask the questions. What was expanding in the abdomen? Was it air? It feels like air, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But your lungs are up here, so how is air getting down there? Guess what you just experienced?
What's that?
You just experienced accessing your energetic body. This, 2 inches below the navel, is the main energetic center. Now, you've read this in books. You've seen it in Qigong books, but doing this just now, you physically experienced it.
That's deep.
See?
Now, that's pardon me. That's interesting because you say that you said right above the navel,
just below the navel, 2 inches below.
Just below the navel. You said that's our main energetic center.
Yes.
And this is also in my line of work called the center of gravity.
That's the core.
And the core. And also, this is where if you ever overheat, you can place water around that area to get your
or cold compress. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where most of the heat of your body is.
You know, within that region too, man, it's maybe they say that's the biggest portal, like in if you go into the cult spiritual world.
Okay,
that's an opening right there.
Brother Mikey. Okay, see, both of y'all, this is cool because of your respective fields of expertise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, another 3, and this is a very big thing. So just like your home, if you look at your room, you have the walls, physical walls.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're an electrician, you're aware of another structure, and that's the wiring behind the walls, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you took the walls away and just look at the wiring, you'd be looking at the energetic body of the room. Make sense?
That makes sense. Great analogy, yeah.
All right. So that's what we're talking about here. The energetic body. Now there's another set of 3s that are standard in Qigong. We call them the 3 treasures. It's literally 3 threes. There's 3 spaces. You've got the upper space, middle space, lower space. Think of them as 3 environments, 3 climates. And each one of those spaces has a container. We call those the energy centers. Lower energy center, middle energy center, upper energy center, right? Mm-hmm. And in those 3 containers, you have 3 different qualities of energy. The lower energy center is the energy most associated with the physicality, with flesh. Mm-hmm. The middle energy center is the energy most associated with breathing and food, combustive energy. The energy center between the eyes is the energy center associated with the power of thinking and consciousness. We call these the 3 treasures. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In Chinese medicine, we call it the 3 treasures. Brother Mikey would call it Blue Lodge. Brother Ron, the Moorish Science Symbol of America, we would call it Chapter 1 in Microcosm. All the same. There's only one way to tell the truth, people. We might use different languages. There's only one way to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm. It all adds up. It all makes sense. And that, you know, when you say number 3, it's so significant because even when teaching a child, the songs are done in cadences of 3. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, even Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Like it's all in patterns of 3.
Ain't that something?
Right. So I want to take it back to Qigong now. Sure. Now with Qigong, right? So the 3 treasures. So I'm looking at the number 9. So you know, completion and everything like that. So with the 3 sections,
the 3 threes, the right? 3 spaces, the 3 containers, and the 3 energies. That's
now
right.
you showed us how we can control the body through posture and alignment.
Yes.
Now, that's one aspect. So the second aspect you were talking about was
The breath.
breathing.
Correct.
So I want to go over. Let's go over. The demo on that.
We actually did, but let's repeat it. So the first thing is alignment.
Oh yeah, we did that.
But that's okay. Let's do it again because I'm going to amplify it now. So remember, hands on the knees, straighten the arms so you can rest forward on them. Relax the sternum. Feel the sternum soften and flatten towards the spine. Good. Now, take a 10% inhale. Don't inhale big. Just take a small inhale. Go. You feel the lower abdomen expand. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to amplify this thing. Okay. Gently tighten the perineum, which is where between the genitals and the anus. Gently tighten like you're trying to keep yourself from using the bathroom. Gently, not hard. And gently squeeze your lower abdominals so that they don't expand. So that they don't expand. The abdomen does not expand. You tighten the perineum, tighten the abdomen. Now, soften the chest. Do that same inhale. Go. If you did it right, you should feel your lower spine right at the tip of the tailbone. Did you feel that?
Well,
It got me sweating. It got me sweating, B.
So, Brother Mike, this is why it's called Qigong. It's energy work. It's energy work. If you do it right, there's an immediate physical response.
It does, because I was like, damn, you could even see, like,
go ahead,
I was doing that the whole time. I had my mic muted.
So now with the energy work, so we went breath, now the mind part, the mind piece.
This is most important. Okay. Remember what I said before, what I don't do? I don't tell people what to think ahead of time or what to feel ahead of time, because that colored their mind. So what happened with Brother Mikey? He immediately was like, whoa, I got sweat.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you where you felt the sweat. You felt the sweat right here at the base of the skull. You felt the sweat right on the temples. Am I right?
Yeah.
Told you. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So follow me. That is the mind observing the result. Before you can have an intent, you have to have accurate attention. Let me repeat that. Before you can have a proper intent, your mind has to know where the energy is. Let's do a simple exercise. Ready? This is super simple. I want everybody just to raise their arm like this. No power, no tension. You feel your trapezius muscle squeeze, don't you? Yes.
I feel my bicep more.
Yeah, but okay, that means this. That means the elbow's too far forward. Pull it back. You feel the trap now?
I feel more my shoulder.
Okay, but right here. Okay, now roll, no power. Roll the elbow down like this. Nah, you let it out, Ron. Do it again. Put it up like this. Keep the elbow squeezed. Roll the scapula. Is it all the way down? Is your elbow all the way down?
Yeah.
The power went from the shoulder of the trap to the back of the arm, the tricep, didn't it?
More my lat.
Okay.
Yeah, right here. I feel it right here.
Now watch. Lightly. Mikey, pull your elbow down further. Pull it down more. Pull the elbow all the way down. All the way down. All the way down. All the way down. Good. Now watch. Ron, you just abandoned the exercise. Let's try it again. Do this. Bring it up. Elbow back slightly. Okay. Now you feel where the energy, you feel where the muscle is squeezing.
Yeah.
Now, no power. Just roll it down. It left where it was. It's now in the back of the arm. Now watch. Lightly point the fingers at the ceiling. Lightly let the arm out halfway. Stop right there. Keep going, Mike, Ron. Mikey, you stop. You feel it in the forearm now, don't you?
I feel it more on my shoulder.
Let's put your shoulders up. Drop your shoulder.
Right.
Drop your shoulder. Now watch. Go out a little bit further. You feel it in the palm, don't you?
Yeah, my palm, yeah.
Now go out a little bit further. Now you feel it in the fingertips, don't you?
Yeah.
This is what we mean by
Movement,
regulating the mind. The mind has to be able to observe where the energy is at any point in the movement.
Okay. So this is like the practice or the technique of when you're meditating and you're moving the energy throughout the body.
This is all three put together.
Oh,
before you can utilize the mind to move the energy accurately and honestly, the mind has to first know where the energy is honestly and not make it up. You understand?
So what are the benefits of Qigong?
Oh my God. You see what you just did?
Mm-hmm.
Watch. I want everybody to do it again. Elbow up. You feel the trapezius muscle squeeze. Now, okay, roll it down. Now the back of the arm is squeezed. Now watch, halfway out. Now you feel the energy in the forearm, a little bit more. You feel it in the palm, a little bit more. You feel it in the fingers. Okay, here's one simple benefit.
Mm-hmm.
In your blood vessels, there are two things. What you mean there are two things? There's blood. What else is in the blood vessels besides blood?
Oxygen.
It's carrying oxygen. The blood's carrying oxygen.
Yeah.
Energy, or else the blood would just sit in the vessels. It wouldn't move.
It'll coagulate. I got you.
So wherever the energy is, what do you have? Increased circulation. When there's increased circulation, you have what? Extra nutrients.
Right.
Ta-da.
So this is beautiful, man.
So I can consciously heal, self-healing. I can consciously do this by directing the energy with the movement, with the breath. Ta-da.
Okay.
And that's just one benefit. There's many more, but that's just one.
Isn't that called transmutation, some kind?
Of course it's transmutation, brother. You are purposely self-recreating.
Got you.
Of course it is.
Deep, man.
Okay. So now if you give us more benefits, just to kind of like get people to understand the benefits.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go back to what we did before. This exercise. Sit at the edge of the chair, lean slightly forward, soften the sternum.
Mm-hmm.
When you inhale, the diaphragm drops. The abdomen expands. Do it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But it expands all the way around. You feel it from the front, sides, and back. Right? Okay. Well, what's under your diaphragm, people? Your large and small intestine. What else?
I forgot.
Your kidneys. What sits on top of your kidneys, people? Adrenal glands.
That's right.
Your diaphragm is massaging all of these now. Brother Ron, what is the benefit of massaging? Is massage what? Okay.
Right. Relaxation.
What else?
Lymph
Increased
fluid.
Toxins.
Removal of toxins.
Yep.
Okay, let's give you another benefit. When the diaphragm drops, it creates a vacuum in the upper chest. Well, a vacuum does what? Causes things to suck in.
Mm-hmm.
You're now helping your heart. The heart works less.
So longevity.
Wow.
If the heart is working less, what's that doing for your anxiety?
Brings it down.
What's that doing for your heart rate, blood pressure?
Dropping.
This is beautiful, man.
Gotcha.
This is beautiful. This is dope. This is beautiful.
Okay.
Not to go off topic, right? Respectfully.
Yes.
People, from what I've read, misconstrue both Qigong and Tai Chi.
Tai Chi is a martial art.
Good question.
Let's talk about it real quick, Mikey. That's a great thing. Yeah. The way the modern world sees Tai Chi, or it's been presented to the modern world, it's great exercise if you know what you're doing. What most people are doing is just doing slow motion movement, which has some benefit. Okay. This whole thing about Tai Chi being a health exercise was started a number of generations ago. Okay. And it was a alternative Tai Chi, so that the aged, elderly, and infirm could get some of the benefits. Old
Gotcha.
Tai Chi was murder, death, kill stuff. And there's people on the planet that still teach Tai Chi for combat. Yes. So
Mhm.
Qigong is an aspect of Tai Chi. In my Kung Fu style, Qigong is an aspect. So, and Brother Ron, I like this. You have, once again, another three different categories of Qigong. Health or medical Qigong. The purpose of health and medical Qigong is to regulate the body's energy as a platform to build radiant health. What do we mean by that? In the West, we think a good bill of health or a clean bill of health is when you go to the doctor and get a checkup and you're not sick that day. What we mean by radiant health is that you're around a bunch of snotty-nosed first graders in the beginning of the school year and you can't get sick. Radiant health meaning a robust health. So that is the objective of medical Qigong. The next level of Qigong is called military Qigong for sports or for combat. What does it do? What is the objective? To use the mind and the breath to amplify the body beyond its normal capacity. Now, at that level, you're kind of jailbreaking the body. So there's dangers. You have to be doing it right or you can hurt yourself. Okay? Then there is spiritual or religious Qigong. What is that? That is further amplification of the body, but we direct the energy, further amplification of the energy to be directed at the centers of perception to expand human perception. What'd you say about middle pillar work, Brother Mikey?
That's where you work at, in between both columns.
Ta-da.
You know, the severity and the mercy column.
That's right.
That's where you at. And your inner, as you put it, your energy,
Right.
the raw place, the abyss.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, now Qi Gong, the word. So you have QI and then you have CHI.
It's just that's called romanization. Let's explain it. Right? Chinese doesn't have letters. The Chinese language doesn't have letters. They have pictograms, characters.
Characters, yeah.
So romanization, get it? Roman, Euro psychology, Western, okay? So it's spelled the way it sounds. There's two different systems of romanization, okay? There's pinyin and then the Wade Giles romanization. So QI is Qi, CHI is Qi, all the same.
Got you. And Gong, what does that mean?
Gong means to train, like training. That's what Gong means. Like, for instance, in Chinese Kung Fu, right? What we call foundation training. In other words, how we turn the body into a weapon. It's called Ling Gong. Train the skill, train the strength. Okay, that's what Gong means, to train, exercise.
So Qi Gong in a nutshell is
train the Qi.
Train the Qi. Now, bioenergetic work.
Same thing.
Same
but
thing.
It's general. Bioenergetic work is broader than Qigong. Matter of fact, we have in Chinese energetic work, there's something called Noi Gong. Noi Gong is broader than Qi Gong. Qi Gong is Noi Gong because Noi means internal, inside. You see? Want me to give you guys an example?
Yeah.
Take here. Let me just like this. Put your arm like this. Point your fingers towards 12 o'clock. Right in front of you. No, right in front of you. Right in front of you. Like you're saying stop. Good. Your fingers are pointing at 12 o'clock, right? But if it's but you'll notice your elbow was flaring slightly out to the side, right? This is what I want you to do. Let me stand up so you can see. This is what I want you to do. Drop the elbow to 6 o'clock so it's pointing straight at the floor. Keep it there. Matter of fact, I'm going to let you help it. Grab the outside of your arm to force your elbow to stay at 6 o'clock. Now, correct the fingertips back to 12 o'clock. Now, stretch the wrist. So pull the fingertips back to your eyelids. Now, relax all the muscles and straighten the arm all the way out. This is Noi Gong. We hold this posture for 60 seconds, both arms. So outside, you're not moving, but there's a lot going on the inside of your arm, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, relax.
You feel the temperature rising.
See?
Yes.
That's
So-
going on.
So with the movement, which what we just demonstrated is just small movements,
What
but
did it
these
tell you
small
guys?
movements change the wrist, change the hands, the intrinsic muscles in the fingers and the palm and all around, and the tendons, the ligaments. Is that what it does?
Let me tell you what you're doing. See, remember, this is Noi Gong, Qigong, right? What are we working on? Are we working on the physicality or are we working on the energy?
We're working on the energy, but the energy will ultimately change the
Yes, it will. But yes, it will. But the physicality, the changes in physicality are a result. We need to change our focus to the energy. Now, pay attention to how your right arm feels as opposed to your left arm from what we just did. You feel the difference? Still?
Yeah.
Okay. See? Now, what did you just do? Let's think energetics. Do you remember in grade school making making an electromagnet from an iron nail and copper wire and then attaching it to a battery? Remember that? All right. The iron nail has what we call ferromagnetism because it's made of iron. Then when you wrap the copper wire, right, is highly electrically conducive.
Mm-hmm.
You wrap the copper wire around the metal, you attach to a power source, you have a magnet. What's inside your bone?
Marrow.
Red marrow, which contains what? Hemoglobin, which is what? Ferromagnetism. The connective tissue is piezoelectric because it's semi-crystalline. What does that mean, people? The piezoelectric effect means if you stress a crystal physically, it gives off a static electric charge. Let's do it again. Grab your elbow to pull down to 6 o'clock. Point the palm forward. Right? Correct. Stretch the fingertips to point to the ceiling. You feel the connective tissue wrapping around your forearm. The connective tissue is the copper wire wrapping around the bone, which is the iron nail. You're creating a biomagnet. Ta-da.
That's deep. That's true. When the copper goes around a nail, it creates a field also. Damn.
You're doing the same thing with the body.
Now, with doing that with the body, would I give off an electric charge, so to speak?
You're building one. You're building electrical and electromagnetic potential in the hands and in the forearm. You're building it.
Yeah, because the right arm right now feels heavier than the. Yeah, like I don't know if you feel that too, Ron. Like this feels more heavier now.
It feels different, doesn't
it? I feel like my right arm is awake, and my left.
It's like
sleep. Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
this is beautiful. This is beautiful what both of you just said because you demonstrated exactly what I said earlier. Regulation of the mind is the mind being able to notice the energetic difference and know where the energy is. In other words, you have to train the mind to become an internal observer. You understand?
Mm-hmm. That's what you said with the middle chamber, the chamber of reflection.
Chamber of reflection.
Middle pillar.
Mm-hmm.
So now the history of Qigong, if you can give us that brief history of Qigong.
Yeah, sure. Well, man, if we're talking human bioenergetics, we have to change the way we think to really understand the origins. We grew up in a Western society, right, where we believe progression goes in a straight line, when in actuality it goes in a circle. So there were people in ancient time, because their lives were more externally simple, they were more internally aware. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So the history of bioenergy goes back to the origins of humanity itself. Now, if we're talking Chinese history, China has over 5,000 years of history as a nation. So at least 5,000 years.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so Qigong,
Asia, that's Asia for you.
That's right.
being that you're creating electromagnetism within your body
Yes.
with these movements,
Yes.
of course you can heal people with this.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Developing this, yeah.
Of course. But now you can see firsthand, Brother Ron, how that's done and how it can affect. You get it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now, is there any way you could demo for us some Qigong techniques?
Absolutely. Or Qigong or Qigong routine?
Yes.
All right. So there's a very famous Qigong routine called the 8-piece brocade. All right. So there's 8 sections to it. I'll do one of the exercises from the first section. Okay. So the first thing first, align the body. Okay. I open the palms like this and stretch the fingertips. And I push the thumb forward slightly. Why? Because if I hold it flat, I want you to do this real quick. Hold your palm flat, and stretch the fingers. Okay. Now touch the middle of the palm. Mikey, stretch the fingers like this. Splay them. Good. Touch the middle of the palm. Okay, cool. But it's flat. Now watch. Push the thumb forward slightly. That spot opens up. Feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The center of the palm is a very important energy center. In Chinese medicine, it's called the Lao Gong point. Okay. That is the point by which healing energy emits. See? So we hollow the palm to open that point. All right. In this exercise, you're going to keep the palms this way throughout the entire exercise. So the palms are open. We keep them that way. Drop the hands. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, stretch the palms towards the ceiling. And then here's one of the secrets. Click your teeth together 50 times. Now watch. Drop the arms to the sides, keeping the palms stretched. Then bend the elbows. And then down and relax. That's one repetition. You do that 8 times. 8 times. I know everybody's asking this question, so I'm going to ask it for you. Why click the teeth?
Yeah.
This is why. Brother Ron, you know what you've heard of tapping, haven't you?
Tapping. Yeah. That's Kali.
No.
Yeah, what's tapping?
Oh, yeah. Tapotment. Yeah.
You know about that, right?
Yeah.
What's one of the benefits of tapping? You create a vibration in the bone structure.
Okay.
What part of the bone structure? The bone structure is connected to every part of the bone structure. That's why it's called bone structure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's a lot of the deep secrets are very simple. Well, what if I wanted to create that vibration in the bone structure universally and in the most efficient way? You would tap the part of the bone structure that's directly connected to the bone structure and the brain.
That makes sense. Wow. Mm-hmm. It reverberates to the whole body. Once it goes up here, it goes. Gotcha.
Whole body.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And what does it do exactly?
Increasing. See, for us, the knowing is in the doing, right? Remember we said about the regulating of the mind? It's best for you to do it and observe the effects in your own body. But that said, vibration, remember, just like the connective tissue, the bone is crystalline. So knocking the teeth together creates a vibration in the bone structure, increases density. increases energy capacity as well,
Mm.
promotes the growth of marrow, and more importantly and more immediately, promotes the production of white blood cells. Great way to increase immunity.
That's dope.
Wow, because I was getting ready to say that about breathing, that increasing the immune system,
Absolutely.
you know, or enhancing the immune system. So, okay. And you do that, you said how many times?
8 times.
8 times.
That
So,
one exercise, 8
50.
times. What I just did, 8 repetitions of that. And then you move on to the next one. There's 8 exercises that you do eight times each.
okay. Okay.
I thought it was 50. I thought you heard 50. I'm like, you gotta do that. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, you got to click your teeth 50 times.
50 times.
Yeah, 50 times. Wow.
So, before we cut out, can you give me one more exercise?
Absolutely.
All right.
So we talked about medical Qigong, right?
Mhm.
So this is martial Qigong. It's classic from my system. You guys already did it. So now we're going to do it the martial way. Okay? You guys already did it. Remember when I had you do like this with your arm?
Yeah.
And then roll it down and then go out?
Yep.
Okay. Now what we're going to do, because we know where the energy is, we're going to use the mind and then the physicality to accentuate it. So I want you to do it with me, Ron.
Okay.
Okay, first, hold a hand like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, split the fingers and make a claw. Now, extend the index finger. There you go. Okay, hold the position like this. Out, to the side, to the side. Stretch the wrist. See how my wrist is stretched?
Mm-hmm.
Not like this, like this.
Yep.
Okay, now, watch. Bring your arm up, soft. Bring it up. All the way up, 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 all the way up. Good. Now, you squeeze the trapezius muscle. Feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I want you to use the mind. The mind. Put your mind on the tricep. Now, roll the scapula down. Ah, good. Now, I want you to put your mind on your forearm. Now, go out halfway and squeeze the forearm. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, put your mind on the palm.
Mm-hmm.
Go out a third and squeeze the palm. Now, put your mind on the index finger. Go all the way out. And relax.
What the hell was that? Okay. So it's basically, like you said, the 3: the mind, the mind, the body,
and the breath.
and the breath.
All together.
Right.
All
So
together.
it's a lot about awareness.
It's mindful movement in this respect. The mind has to be 100% involved.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, that was a great demonstration, a good breakdown. I really appreciate it. We got to come back to do some more Qigong videos.
Yeah.
That was very informative. Now I want to go look up Qigong videos and check it out.
Real quick before you leave, I want you to tell the audience what that felt like for you. What did it feel like?
What it felt like my hand and my forearm strengthening.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I didn't even. I always ask Brother Sharif, how is he? Like, does he lift weights?
Right. No weights. Now you know. But now you know.
It's like no need for weights when it's like you got everything right there, your body.
Correct.
But you don't do push-ups or anything like that?
I don't have to. No. I used to do them. I don't have to though. I just
you don't really have to, because I felt all of that.
And that was 1 repetition. Yeah.
And how long are these exercises done?
Well, like these exercises are, some traditional martial arts systems have forms, routines, right?
Yeah.
One of the cool things about our style is that the Qigong is built into the forms and into the techniques. So you felt how intense that was, right?
Yeah.
In our forms, we do this movement 3 times. 3 is enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
You like every form you start off like that?
Yeah.
Wow. And how many forms do you guys have?
Well,
Well,
we got 4 main forms.
okay. Okay. Got you. Very informative. That was peace. I really appreciate you. That's a different podcast, man. No other podcast is doing that right there.
No other podcast is doing that. That's right.
So I'll see y'all tomorrow,
Absolutely.
Thursday. And we're out of here. Peace.
Peace.